Welcome, Atomians, to Atomy International, the place where we learn and reach the top together. In this episode of the one-on-one Atomy Global Leader interview, I have a very special guest from Canada. Let's find out who our guest is.
My name is Cheryl Boniel. I'm a Diamond Master and I'm a proud Atomian.
Hello, Master Cheryl, for accepting my invitation to this interview. I hope everything goes well with you, and I hope this will help many Atomians learn about the Atomy and its vision. You may want to introduce yourself, Cheryl.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's my pleasure to share my story with you and all those who have subscribed on your channel. And yeah, so let's have fun. Thank you for letting me share my story, and hopefully, it's some ways or another it could help and motivate or encourage any Atomians globally. So thank you for having me here today to share my story.
You're welcome, Cheryl. So, which part of Canada you are in?
I am in Mississauga, Canada. It's in part of Ontario. So I'm just technically like probably an hour away from you.
Oh, okay, thank you so much, Master Cheryl. So, how did you meet Atomy, if you don't mind sharing your story?
So I met Atomy through our sponsor. Um, I have a babysitter in my neighborhood. At that time, I think my little boy was around a newborn then. So attended a party and invited me to go for, I think that was usually Filipino Loves Gathering. So we went there and I saw our sponsor sharing the skincare to some Filipino ladies. And since I just gave birth, I'm not interested with any skincare, especially something that could harm because I'm still breastfeeding at that time. But when I look at her, and not much people were paying attention to her, but I know skincare because I'm very particular with skincare because I have a lot of different issues with my skin. So when I look at it, I said, oh, huge bottle, the volume. And so I said, oh, when I asked if it's, how much is it? She gave me the price, and I was so surprised how affordable it was considering the huge volume of the skincare. And it was our old skincare 6 system, was the old one. And yeah, I told her I would like to give it a try. And I tried it truthfully during the night. I have to wake up my husband to feel my skin because it feels so good for that price. And I was so curious. I couldn't find much information about Atomy then. But my intention was just really to find out where this product is from. And I said, okay, let me hear more about Atomy. And that's the beginning of how I met Atomy.
Wow, it feels like yesterday, probably, right?
Yeah. So, I've met Atomy 2014, right? As I have shared. And my aha moment was in the last part of 2018. That's when I've noticed people among the group started to get promoted, and then they were, auto sales master at that time. 2018, I was actually a diamond master already, right? If you can see, I went through the motion. I go attend the session when I'm available. So it's more about, doing it as like a hobby more, right? And then sharing it. But when 2018 hits around last quarter, that's when I realized, you know what? If the people initially that I envisioned who wants to be with me in the Atomy platform, because if you see, Mike, I started the business, it was not mostly about for myself. It was for the family, relatives, people I know in the Philippines. For my sister, hello? And that's where, I was interested more about them making an income from the Atomy platform. I was in nursing, and I'm happy when I met Atomy. I'm satisfied with my profession, and so was my husband. But it turned out, they weren't as interested as to really build a business or make money from the platform. So 2018, I said, why not? I could do this for myself and my family, right? And I'm sure I could create an income and I could help other people, like the children, the seniors, which I'm more, dedicated. It's not really about the business partner if they join me, but it was more, let me do it myself and then, out of the money and I could give more. So that was like my aha moment at that time.
Thank you, Cheryl. So when was exactly the time that you decide, okay, this gonna be my business, I'm gonna do Atomy?
2018,
2018.
like last quarter.
But that time you were already a diamond master, you said?
I was already a diamond master.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how you explain it, but I went through the motion, but it wasn't really for myself. I was like, you know what? It was, how do you say it? At the same time, not sure what really happened. Was it like, have I doing the wrong activities? Have I not fully understood the business then? But as far as I could remember, 2018 last quarter, that's when I started to really focus on my structure and my business. Like, the lineage. I have to focus closely on my numbers as well, because that's when I started to really see I want to become auto sales master and I want to make an income from this platform. And yeah, so I think that was, as far as I could recall, those were the moments when I started to put a lot of question mark already on my head. How come like this? How come I'm not seeing this number? How come I'm not making money? How come I'm not an auto sales master yet? So for me, that was like an aha moment for me with that when it comes to the Atomy business.
Right. So exactly after you see a few of your partners, they're maintaining the auto sales master, then you get intrigued that you want to, okay, let's make this a business.
It was when I was seeing one of my line that's growing, and then people are plugging into the system, and then it keeps growing in number. And I was saying, you know what? I think I could do this too, right? Because I see more serious distributors already coming in. And yeah, so I think that's another trigger that made me question about, doing the business seriously, and that I could build a good source of income as well. Yeah, I think so. That's one of the aha moment.
So in Atomy, there's no such thing as too late, right?
I believe so. I believe this is simply a journey for all of us. We have to learn and then we grow. And this journey, it's very unique to everyone, Mike. It's very unique. Different people would have different experiences as they move on to the Atomy journey, as they grow both personally, professionally, spiritually. That's why it's very, challenging, intriguing, and very unique.
Yeah, I agree, Master Cheryl. So what are your dreams through Atomy? What are you expecting in your life for your own dreams to happen through Atomy?
So 2018, and then I started to focus. 2019, I was looking at, in the business, we have to learn to cover our ears and open our eyes. That means when I was doing, as I was sharing it, people would say, yes, I'm going to do it. But actually, they're not doing any actions. They're not even coming up to the meeting, right? So for me, my vision in Atomy and my dreams, like 2 to 5 years from now, is I really want to do this full time, to do this business full time. And in turn, gain, it's all about our life scenario. We could have a lot of material wishes and flash, like I want a house, countryside house near the beach, or a farmhouse style house in a countryside or near the beach. I would like to drive, sports Jeep Wrangler. I love it. I want my children to have, each house before I say goodbye to the universe. That means I could pass on each house, that they don't have to have a mortgage at all, so they could just pursue what they want. So it's more about the freedom of the lifestyle that I've really seen that this industry can give us. It's a freedom of the lifestyle, the time, and the finances. And of course, my biggest wish at the same time is to be able to give more to the children in the Philippines. I really have a big heart for the children and the seniors. And I'm very proud to say, Mike, ever since I started the Atomy business, I've got the commission, I've been giving it to the Philippines. And that's why probably I couldn't stop sharing as well, because whatever income I get, I give it to them. And I've done it since the beginning. And what I've noticed is by 2020, when I become a sales master, I was able to give more. Before, I'm just giving the commission here and there. And now I could give 200, 300. And that's really a big money already to be able to give consistently. And I think that's really one of my biggest goal in Atomy, to be able to give more to the children and the seniors in the Philippines, especially in my town where I grew up.
So in Atomy, really, it's not really about you, your success. It really impacts other people around you, your children, your parents, your back home communities, right?
For sure,
right. That's what we love about Atomy, because we are not thinking about ourselves, but we are also thinking about other people. That is a balanced life.
Yeah, and the life scenario, it's amazing. It encompasses different parts of our, being. It's not just about you, it's about the other people and the community. And yeah, it's beautiful.
I really agree, Master Cheryl. So where do you see yourself in 2 years and 5 years in Atomy?
In 2 years, I want to become an auto Sharon Rose master. I'm talking about auto. In terms of the mastership, I understand I wasn't so focused about it. But we have to constantly challenge to get there. And that's one of the things CEO Park always encourages us to move out of our comfort zone. So by then, by 5 years, I can still see myself probably Star Master at that time, but with an income of 10,000. I want 10,000 income, because when it comes to my profession, 10,000 to 20,000, it's kind of impossible to achieve without breaking your back.
That's most of us, probably most of us, right?
So when people talk about 50,000, Mike, honestly, to be very honest, I couldn't see, because it's a huge number. But when I look at 10,000, I could see it's achievable. Even if it takes for how many years, it's a good number already when it comes to my ability as a nurse, because nurses can make that money, but it's going to break their back. And we have to understand the concept of the wear and tear. We will not be strong all the time. We're getting older.
We're aging, right?
We're aging. So 10 to 20,000, wow, that's really a huge number. And how much I'm very simple. I have a very simple lifestyle. So I know that amount. I could make a lot of children and seniors happy also, and my kids will be very happy.
Yes.
So I'm happy with that range.
So yeah, for Atomians who watch this video, like if you are living in Canada, you probably know that being a nurse, that's a medium to high paying job. But like Cheryl said, even though if you are making 100,000 a year, you have to work out your back like night and days and 7 days a week. It's an active income, right, Master Cheryl? But in Atomy, even if you are making 10,000, that will be passive income that can be inherited to your 3 generation children and grandchildren. That's totally different numbers.
Huge difference.
Yes,
and lifestyle will be completely different. You'll be more present with your family with those numbers, right?
And you have your freedom to enjoy your lifestyle.
You have your freedom to enjoy your lifestyle. And what's awesome about it, Mike, is you're not hitting those numbers just by yourself. You have how many families with you who are probably making 2,000 to 4,000 at the same time. And we have to understand, for me, 2,000 right now for the auto sales master, 2,000, those numbers are powerful already, because to make 2,000 passive income, I was looking at your portfolio when it comes to your dividend yield. How much can I make for a 2,000 passive income? At least I need to have $700,000. And wow, for Atomy, for sharing and the products and loving it and growing spiritually, professionally, emotionally, and you make that passive income, that's awesome already.
Without capital.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, your
right.
capital
Yes.
is our time and effort, but it's not, it is what it is. We have to
Yeah.
work hard to get something.
So, Master Cheryl, what really motivates you to keep going in anime?
The life scenario, of course, right? It is our life scenario, our dreams, and the desire to have that freedom, that flexibility of your lifestyle. Yeah, I think it is really what motivates you. It's really about the life scenario. So all the Atomians, I really encourage, because it's gonna be a roller coaster ride in Atomy, up and down, different challenges. However, our life scenario, yeah, I think I have it because it's always beside me. So our life scenario
Ah,
is really, it always stays with me. You read it, inspires you. Because, Atomy, even if I've met it many years ago, the Atomy journey is really about, it's an independent business ownership. I think that word, independent business ownership. Unless you own it, you're not going to see a substantial, and see a passive income coming in. You really have to own it and your own daily activities.
yeah. I really agree, Master Cheryl. So again, if all Atomians haven't filled out your life scenario, I'm gonna put a link on the top. You can click that link, and our CEO Hanvil Park himself will explain about the Atomy life scenario. It's just like a Bible, like where we go to like a GPS. If you want to go to the certain place that you've never been, then you have to punch in the destination address, and then you just follow where it goes, right? So Master Cheryl already showed her like her life scenario book. You can even download it or purchase it at your country. It's available in USA, some other country you can purchase it and you can fill it up offline, right? Or if you have the online app on your mobile, you can even fill it up in there as well, right? So Master Cheryl, thank you. So what was your biggest challenge in Atomy?
The biggest challenge, I could see I wrote it because it really made me reflect. My biggest challenge, I wrote it, it's leading myself. Because, we criticize ourselves more often, right? It's about your own mindset and the courage to really embrace those stigma and biases when it comes to the industry. So that's, I think, my biggest challenge is really about, leading myself, becoming the best version of myself. And, another experience was it's moving forward after when the Philippine market didn't turn out the way we have envisioned and the way I have envisioned it for my loved ones. So it's the moving forward. It was very challenging. The next one is the leadership for me. It's like, leading yourself, becoming more disciplined and committed. It's this business, it's like you're like continuously like a train, right? I have to put my blinders on my side, not to be able to compare to other people or else. See, so it's all about, your mindset and leading yourself. And as you go forward and as you fail forward at times, you just have to put your blinders on. And, this is your journey. You just have to keep moving forward. And with this business, I'm not really more interested about pleasing other people.
Yeah.
This journey is about, me, my family, and my team members. At the same time, this is for him. And he's the only person I would like to please.
That's right.
I want to earn credit here for him and for his glory. So it's really a journey of, leading yourself to be the best version.
So one thing at Atomians we can learn from Master Cheryl. So don't focus on other things around you or above you or wherever sides you, right? Just focus on what your vision in life scenario, what have you written them down, and then those are your goals, try to achieve it, right? Because if you see your situation left and right and then you're above, then you may get distracted and probably get demotivated, right? So keep putting like a horse. We know a horse had that kind of
But yeah,
I don't know what's the term, but he's just looking at the side in front of the horse, right?
it's
That's
called, I think, a tunnel vision, Mike.
tunnel vision. Yeah, just focus on the small light at the end of the tunnel and just keep moving forward. Thank you, Master Cheryl. So
Right.
my next question is, was there a time for you that you wanted to give up, like you wanted to throw in the towel?
Oh yeah, I want to stop sharing, even just the sharing part, you know. Um, the first one is when you face rejections, especially with the loved ones and the families and your social peers. When you don't feel accepted, and you know those times where you feel little because you're doing this, and yeah, so those moments really, I said, you know what, is it still worth bringing those Atomy bag and moving, you know, wherever I go? So I think the stigma and the rejections really, the beginning part that really sets me off to even just sharing. I wasn't even deterred, you know, looking at becoming author. It's just want to stop it. The next one was when I felt like I was doing the activities already. So you see, 2018, 2019, I wasn't still hitting my numbers, the auto sales master. And within that time frame, I said, you know what? I want to stop this. I want to move forward, right? Because it's like I'm chasing a goal that seems impossible at the, you know, my end. But every time I go to the system, I listen to CEO Park. Deep down in my heart, I know this will work because I really love the products and the company. And whether Atomy gives me a piece of money, I'm still going to be sharing Atomy brand. So I would say, I tell myself, okay, let me give it a try again. And then every month, I always say, give me a try again. And finally, 2020, I made my numbers, and it was a very happy moment for me. I said, wow, finally, right?
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
So Master Cheryl, if I look at your name, you have the VIP there, right? Not all Atomy country has that VIP status. If you don't mind, can you share to all of us what is the VIP means?
The VIP in Atomy Canada, it's, you know, they want, we are the leading leaders of Atomy Canada, represents the values of Atomy. But at the same time, when it comes to the business side, the numbers, we hit, their criteria is 6 auto sales master, 6 points for auto sales master for 2 periods from January to June and then July to December. So if you've been hitting regular auto sales master every month, then you join the VIP club. But it's just one criteria when it comes to number. But of course, Atomy also sees your vision when it comes to how you're doing the Atomy business, your ethics, you know, the culture, if you're truly embodies the values of Atomy. So yeah, that's, for me, that's what I've understood when it comes to the VIP, because at the beginning, I'm not really interested about becoming the VIP. Very important. In the Philippines, I do have a stigma with the VIP. I didn't really like it because I always feel everybody should be equal. But when I started to crave for information, more information about the company, we get valuable resources inside the VIP club because the company shares early information during the meetings. And that's very, very important, especially for the team.
That's right, Master Cheryl. Like Master Cheryl said, that you have to achieve 6 mastership points within the first 6 months, which is the January to June or July to December. And some other criteria is in Canada, you also have to attend the meetings, like online meeting, offline meetings. I remember when I started my Atomy journey back 2018, I see leaders sitting at the very front row together with the global leaders. At that time, I was asking my uplines, Who are those people? Oh, those are the VIP club members in Canada. So every country has different settings or requirements for you to achieve some kind of a mastership or clubs. But in Canada, we have a VIP clubs and you have to maintain it, showing a good ethics, right? A good representation of the Atomy company. Thank you, Master Cheryl, for explaining the VIP. So my next question, okay, we've talked about the challenges and this and that. So what was your biggest achievement in Atomy?
Biggest achievement, I think it was when I hit Auto Sales Master. Diamond Master, yes. But I think it was more about the Auto Sales Master because you can see regular income. And a part of it, I think what truly fulfills me is when I see partners like you and everyone maintaining Auto Sales Master. It makes me happy, like, because that's the goal. We just want more people seeing, really enjoying somehow those Auto Sales Master income. Because CEO Park said, once you maintain Auto Sales Master, you're like, halfway of the bottle. You're almost there, 80%. So I hold on to that thought. And when I see more people who've been doing the actions and they're really making those numbers, at the same time, when I see members that they're distributors, that their team is growing and becoming more, we share more intimacy with it comes to sharing the dreams. And yeah, more people on the team makes me so happy. And Auto Sales Master, it's amazing. That's an achievement.
Wow, you really have a true heart, Master Cheryl. I mean, your achievement is actually your partner achievement together with you. When you're seeing your partners getting more commission, maintaining their auto mastership, you call it your achievement. That's really something, Master Cheryl.
Yeah, I'm happy for you.
Thank you. So, what was the most memorable moment that you will never forget?
Oh, that one, the most memorable. When I met CEO Park, I really like CEO Park. I fell in love with his vision and how, his heart, right? His
When
heart
was
for
that,
the people.
Master Cheryl?
When I met CEO Park, first was when we went to Korea. And then the next one is reflecting back, when he came here to Canada and I was the MC for Atomy Canada. And I was able to take a picture with him, and the rest of the leaders and with his wife. I think that was because I look up to him as a person, as a mentor, not just for the business, but rather, spiritual and inspiring and personal mentor and professional mentor and a business mentor all in one package with this man. So yeah, it was, I think that's for me very memorable for me.
Yes, like all Atomians who haven't had a good sponsor or a good uplines, you can always take our CEO Hangil Park as your mentor. Watch all his VODs, watch all his lecture, and then you will understand where to go, and he will lead you to the right way, right? So if you already have a good upline, a good sponsor, you're lucky. You're considered lucky. But some of us, we don't, right? So don't get lost. Just focus on our CEO Hangil Park. Make him your mentor, and then he will lead you to your success. Thank you, Master.
Very true.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay, this is kind of wishy-washy question. If you wish to do or to redo Atomy again, what would you change?
What would you change? I truly believe everything was necessary for me to the things that I've learned, right? To grow professionally and personally. And I really believe everything doesn't just happen by coincidence. It's happened for a reason. So, but if I have to look back, what should I change? I think more about learning to identify what's the consumer and a business partner. And realizing that it will never work when you're pushing the vision to somebody else. That person has to be willing to put the effort and the determination to succeed by herself or himself. It has to start from within.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I was more focused about, this one will work for you. And I've been encouraging without failing to see that this person doesn't really like to do it, right? So it's failing to, like identifying if this person wants it to work for them or not, and focus on the people that would really want this to work for their families. And, pour your resources and your time and training them for those people.
So in short, you're pretty happy with your journey. You don't wish to change anything too much. Probably just to identify between the consumer and distributor, right?
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
I was looking at it, and you know what? I've been actually looking. I read that question, and I have to change. Yeah, I wish I would know, but when you're at that situation, I thought that I felt like I've done what I needed to do at the present, at the moment, and yeah, it is what it is, and it's just more about focusing and moving forward. And I don't know, maybe I really hate regrets, Mike. That's why if I couldn't do something about it, I cannot even think about it.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
It's always about moving forward and failing forward and learning from it and picking up the pieces and starting all over again.
So thank you, Master Cheryl. So what kind of tips that you can give to new people who just started Atomy? Maybe they just joined a few months. What kind of tips that you can give them?
Okay, for that one, I've prepared 3. So brand yourself. Branding yourself in terms of using as much Atomy products as you can, because your experience, and when you're using the products, it would show. And you build the trust from people. You're introducing something that you're actually, using. And branding yourself means you have to stick to one platform. You just have to represent Atomy and embody the culture of Atomy and use the product all about Atomy. So when I see Mike, I would see Atomy. When they see Cheryl, I don't even have to talk about Atomy. They would recognize as Atomy right away. And then the second one is really to be good in sharing and inviting people to the platform or to the system, to the ongoing system of Atomy. Good in inviting them to the system. One-day seminar, our Success Academy, our online Zoom session. Be really, really good inviting them, because that's where we will see the duplication and the people to see the vision. And the third one is being able to handle 3 key factors. When I say 3 key factors, learning to manage your time in doing the business, your emotion, because this business will make you feel up and down. People will reject you, right? So learning how to handle those emotions and learning to accept other people's reaction towards what you're doing, because not everybody would like to represent or to do Atomy. Just like us, we don't want to be a lawyer, or you doesn't want to be a nurse, right? But it's about learning to handle those emotions, that it's okay. It's okay if they don't want to buy the product. It's okay if they don't want to come to the meeting, but we have to put respect. We just have to respect everybody's preference, right? Another one is expectations. So learning to manage time, emotion, and expectations. When you put so much expectations in someone, I think that's where we started to feel frustrated. And, when you manage your expectations, part of it is also learning to understand the pace of our other distributors, other partners, because circumstances are completely different. Everybody's family is different. But when you handle those expectations and rather focus on yourself becoming better, on yourself making more production, making more customers, making more distributors, I think you set the expectations to yourself back, not on other people, and push them to do more for you. So I'm more about, those 3 factors are very important.
So there you go, Atomians who just started Atomy or just started thinking of doing Atomy. Those are the three things that our Master Cheryl already shared all of you, right? So my next question is for people already advanced, probably they already a sales master, diamond master. What kind of tips that you can give them?
I think, Mike, those three tips that I've mentioned, it encompasses both the beginner and the one who've been doing the Atomy business for so long. I would still share the same thing. Continue to brand yourself, still continue to be more better and better in inviting people to the platform to share the good news of Atomy, and learning still to handle those three factors: that your time, your emotion, and your expectations. That's for the newbie, at the same time for those who've been doing the best business for so long.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Thank you, Master Cheryl. So I really thank you for your time, Master Cheryl. Even though this is a holiday in Canada, even she's very busy, but she still give us time explaining about her journey and her tips in doing Atomy business. So thank you very much, Master Cheryl, for your time.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. I enjoyed it. Thank you for letting me share my story.
You're welcome. So I really truly wish your success through Atomy and reaching the top together. And to all of you Atomians who have watched these episodes, if you think that you will learn something from this video, you make sure you click the like button and share it to your friends, to your groups, right? And don't forget to leave a comment or question maybe hasn't been answered in this video. So I hope to see you all Atomians in my next episodes and with another one-on-one global leaders interview, right? The next one, I'm going to give a link. It'll be another global leader from Canada, and she's a Sharon Rose Master, and she will share her journey, her tips in how to do Atomy business and to become successful and to become one of the global leaders. I thank you all, and I'll see you all at the top. Aja, aja, aja.
Aja.